I really just got one thing. It's interesting enough, but it was a little after midnight. We had a guy that was in the parking lot at a gas station at 6th and Cleveland. He was actually outside of a vehicle talking with a friend, and he said this other guy came walking up, and there was some conversation. This third guy, they didn't know who he was, and he apparently got upset with them over, they weren't sure what, but he said, okay, I'll be back. Walked over to his car and then came back with a machete and was threatening them with the machete. They got in their car to drive away, and at one point he was kind of in front of their car blocking them, but eventually they were able to get away and then called police. They reported it from, they went a little bit south of there, and so the officer was talking to them. We had another officer that went back to the gas station, and just based off the description of the guy's car and then the guy, another officer saw this same person driving back through the same gas station where the threat happened. And so they stopped him. Eventually they put everything together and figured out this was the guy. He was arrested for aggravated assault, DWI second, having a suspended license and a couple other minor things as well, but no injuries to anybody. So he was arrested for that. And then to kind of piggyback on that, I'm guessing he's probably the same suspect, because we had another person that was threatened nearby in that same area with a machete. That was a little after 10 p.m., and that was like 10th and Cleveland. There's some apartments by there, but that's where that took place. That victim didn't want to do anything. He didn't want to make a report about that, so we don't have any charges related to that, but it sounds like it's probably the same guy. It was the same description, and obviously there's not a lot of people running around with machetes.
What time was that first?
The first one where the victim didn't want to do anything, that was about 10 p.m., and that was in the 2700 block of, well, that's not right. It was, that was in the 2600 block of East 8th Street.
So that one took place.
So that was the first one, right? That was probably around 10 p.m. or so. So the report was made, but the victim didn't want to press charges, didn't know who the suspect was at that point, and then a little after midnight is when this guy threatened the two people in the parking lot at the gas station.
He didn't slash the tires or anything?
No, there wasn't any damage to anything. Nobody was injured.
Did police find any drugs or anything in his vehicle on him?
No drugs were mentioned anywhere. Let me just this report I didn't see anything, but let me double check just to make sure we didn't. Yeah, I don't see any drug charges.
Do you have his name?
Yep. His last name is Matthews, Matthews. First is Andre, Andre. Middle is Darrell, Derell, and he's a junior. And he is 31 from Sioux Falls.
What were the charges again?
Aggravated assault, DWI second, and driving with a suspended driver's license.
What's the DWI second for?
Because he was driving a vehicle while intoxicated.
Do you have the victim's age at all?
Yes. Victim is 57 from Sioux Falls. And I don't have an age on the friend. He didn't really have a whole lot of details. Maybe friend is too strong of a term, a loose acquaintance. Maybe that's probably a better thing. But so we don't have an age on the other person.
Was there anything that provoked him? What was the argument about? Or?
There really wasn't anything. He walked up to them and then kind of started chatting, and then he got angry with them. So there really wasn't anything. It's not like they had an argument over anything. They didn't know this guy, didn't know why he walked up to them in the first place, and my guess is that alcohol probably played a factor in this, but
You know what is
as PBT, I don't have that. It wasn't in the report. That's it, pretty much. The other aggravated assaults, we had a person that was, he said he was jumped, had some minor injuries, no arrests on that. And then we had a domestic. The burglary, that was a house that was entered, no arrests on that. Sounds like they may have an idea who broke in. The disorderlies ended up being reports at a few trespassings and some other just general disorderly conduct. The embezzlement was a car that was loaned out. The family offenses, all those ended up just being reports. A few check the well-beings in there, stalking, but no arrests. The frauds, ID thefts and credit cards, nothing big from the larcenies, a few unlocked cars, a few shopliftings. Narcotics, we had some marijuana and meth, no big quantities on those. The sex offenses, had a couple of sex offenders didn't change their address, and then a few reports. The simple assaults were domestics, nothing suspicious from the unattended death. The vandalisms, we had cars, basically, a couple of cars were dented, damaged, and then some tires were slashed. And the weapons violations, somebody found a bullet on the ground. And that's it, unless you guys have anything else.
Any other updates on those two homicides?
Nope, nothing. If we hear of anything, I know you guys are interested. If there's anything new on the homicides, I'll make sure to let you know. But we don't have anything at this point. Still working them.
You guys have any tips at all for drivers now that it's starting to get kind of slick out again?
Well, hopefully people have remembered how to drive in the winter. It basically amounts to slowing down and giving yourself extra room. That's one of the main things that we see with car accidents when the weathers are, whether it's snow, slush, ice, whatever it is people are driving like the roadway is dry. And when it's not, it's going to take extra time to stop. So slow your speed down, make sure to increase that distance between you and the car in front of you, so if they have to stop suddenly, it gives you room to stop before you hit them. And so that's one of the things when the roads get a little icy, a little slick out there. If people are driving that normal distance and they're driving the normal speed, something happens and it's a chain reaction, and you may have 2 or 3 cars that ended up bumping into each other because they don't have that extra gap, that distance. So really that's what it amounts to. Slow down, give yourself extra time, just really kind of prepare. Most of the people are aware of the weather and what's it gonna do, but keep an eye on that. If you know that it's gonna be snowy or icy, leave earlier, prepare that ahead of time so you can drive slower and give yourself extra room, and that'll make sure that you're there safely. Anything else? Okay, thank you.